Hello again, everyone. Welcome back. Today I'm reviewing a new cigar from the Black Label Trading Company. This is the Lawless, and this is the size Churchill 7x48. Nice looking cigar, huge bands, two of them, both with sort of a Western motif, sort of an outlaw looking feel. And actually the word lawless you would figure is outlaw-ish. But it's a nice looking Ecuadorian Habano Rosado wrapper and Nicaraguan binder and filler. Typically Rosado wrappers are really tasty, so I'm anxious to try this one. And as far as I can tell, this company, Black Label, is fairly new. I think it came out, established in 2013. So this is the Churchill 7x48. Nice looking cigar, feels nice in the hand. There's your density. So without further ado, I think we should get right to it. The Black Label Trading Company Lawless. Here we go. Because this cap is rather almost pointed, yeah, I'm able to get a good cut with the minimum, and always good to this band is almost too high, but we will definitely not let that discourage us. I saw on their website where they speak about their factory in Esteli, so these must be made in Nicaragua. I couldn't find a lot. It was hard to get pinpoint information on their website, but I gathered enough to know it's basically a Nicaraguan company. I'm getting sort of a flavor of cinnamon and nutmeg, sort of a combination of those two. Coffee notes and sort of an earthy tone. So that's how it's initially starting. Has some nice sweetness to the cinnamon and nutmeg, which is actually a different combination to start off with, but I think the cigar will change from that. So let's see where we go from here with the Lawless. About 1.5 inches in, and your main flavor is now switching over to like a sweet cedar with a little dry cocoa. There's quite a bit of earthiness there and a nice little coffee base. The pepper is a black pepper at around a 7. The finish is a cream with a little bit of influence of dry cocoa. You can taste that. And average amount, maybe a little better than average amount of lingering black pepper. So that's where we are. Actually sort of medium bodied right now. Yeah, so I'll stick with that. So that's about 1.5 inches in, and going along nicely. Let's just see. It has made one fairly decent change from the very beginning, so let's see what else happens. I've probably got around 4 inches left, and the cocoa notes are really coming out more now. It's they have a little touch of richness to them. You can get a little glimpse of brown sugar here and there, but it's very nice. The cocoa notes have really come out. Sort of a combination of dry cocoa and cedar with a little sweetness and a touch of richness. Nice little change. I got about 2 inches remaining, And the cedar is now gone to sort of a charred cedar, but that's not the important thing. It's there. It's more or less secondary because the cocoa notes are very much the lead flavor. You really get you do get the charred cedar initially, and then right after that is the cocoa explosion, if you will. It's very nice. Has a touch of richness to it. The cocoa is also much heavier on the finish. The pepper is elevated throughout the cigar. If I remember correctly, we started at about a 7 or so. It's probably close to an 8 now on the front end, so it's definitely elevated, and it's definitely elevated on the finish. A lot of lingering, tingly black pepper on the finish. So that's where we are. Still have some earthiness and a coffee-like flavor at the base on the front end. So basically that's where we are. With only a couple inches left. I'll be back here shortly to wrap it up. Well, we're down to the end, so let's wrap it up. Maybe a little shy of an average Churchill here, an hour and about 15 minutes. You have your charred cedar, which has a little sweetness once in a while. Predominantly cocoa, dry cocoa with a touch of richness. Now, don't read more than that into it. It's a touch of richness, not overblown. It's not really where I'd like it to be, but it's a touch of richness, a little earthiness, and some coffee notes. The pepper, as I said, was elevated to about an 8 on the front end. The finish has lots of lingering black pepper with a combination of cocoa and cream, and has a little sweetness to it. I really don't see this more than a medium-bodied cigar, and that's all I'm going to say it is. Been a good cigar, not inexpensive. I bought 2 of these at a local shop, and they were about a little over $12 a piece. I see on their website they sell them for 11, so it's right in that area. So good cigar, interesting flavors. The Rosado wrapper did come through with those cocoa notes, nice, interesting flavors for a Nicaraguan primarily cigar, except for the wrapper. So it's been a good cigar. I wrestled with the score, but because it just didn't have quite enough, the Rosado wrapper or the cocoa notes were great, but I'd like to see them a little more in the cedar category, maybe a little sweetness, a little more sweetness, but all in all, good cigar. I'm giving it a score of 90. These should be on store shelves that handle more or less a boutique type cigar, which I would call this. There you have it. The Black Label Trading Company Lawless Churchill 90.